One of the most interesting periods in terms of tradecraft was the transition period from analog to digital devices in the 1980s and 90s. And today we have this device that will allow us to demonstrate this part of espionage history. It's 1983 and the Japanese Sharp releases this, the PC-1212, which wasn't only a pocket computer, but also allowed its users to write their own applications using the basic programming language, and even interface with peripherals like a printer and a cassette interface. So it could either be used independently, like this device, maybe with a simple case like this. Or even as a workstation, with a case like this, and all of those peripherals. And just to get an idea, here's how it looks on the inside. And since people would be curious, let's have a look at the internals of this part too. This was a major technological development for that era, and usually only tech-savvy people would be using those for anything beyond basic functions, like a calculator or agenda for contacts. There are many tutorials online on how it was used, but here we care about a different aspect of it. It's unknown spy history. Seeing the flexibility and portability that this device provided, it didn't take long for intelligence services to see its value in terms of tradecraft. The best way to describe this part of its secret history is through Poland's ABW, the country's domestic spy agency, which maintains a close-to-the-public spy museum in order to preserve all the different artifacts that were used by spies in Poland. And in there we find this PC-1212 with a description. The Sharp PC-1212 pocket computer was a device with an advanced calculator function and a printer. After loading the appropriate programs, it supported an agent's activities in the field of covert communications by decrypting radio transmissions and encrypting intelligence reports sent through the postal system in the form of secret writing. In other words, at least once, a spy known to the Polish intelligence services had loaded the software in a PC-1212 to encrypt and decrypt their covert communications. Specifically to send back the collected intelligence, they were typing it on this, encrypting it, most likely word by word or in groups of words, and using some form of secret writing, maybe microdots, invisible ink, and so on. They were using the postal service to mail it to their handler. And on the other hand, when receiving encrypted radio transmissions from their handler, using the same device, the agent could decrypt those, instead of having to do those calculations with pen and paper. Unfortunately, no other information is publicly known about the secret spy history of the PC-1212, so if you know more, we are very interested to know them. In the meantime, as mentioned during the introduction, this device marks a unique moment in the history of espionage, the transition period from analog to digital devices for tradecraft. Equally remarkable to that is that even decades later, apart from this entry in a close-to-the-public spy museum in Poland, still no one publicly knows the secret role that this commercially available device played in the spy game of the Cold War era. What an excellent example to highlight that nothing is as it seems.